Pharaohs of this world, they don't like to hear this Allahu Akbar. They like to be the Akbar, the uppermost. 40 years ago, one Ramadan, I was traveling in the Soviet Union. I was in the great Muslim city of Tashkent, home of Imam Abu Bakr al-Shashi, 9 centuries ago, one of the great Hanafi ulama, home of so many. Adhan prohibited, the mosques closed or demolished. I found just one where they were praying Taraweeh, which was still allowed to exist. Otherwise, the cold, dead, dark hand of atheism was weighing on the population. It was also the birthday of Karl Marx. Now that they wanted to celebrate. I remember walking down Prospect Navo, which is the main street in Tashkent, and there was this huge image, this idol of Karl Marx, scowling, his beard, enormous, it must have been 20 meters high. And in front of it there was perhaps 1,000 Uzbek women in traditional dress doing what they thought was a kind of dance. Yes, bowing to this statue, to this music. That was how they celebrated his birthday. But then a few months ago, I was back in Tashkent, back on Prospect Navoy, and I remembered how hopeless things must have seemed to the weak in faith, the triumph of unbelief, and of that arrogance, and of that idolatry. The statue is gone. The dancing women have gone. You can hear the adhan again. It's once again the land of Imam al-Bukhari and Imam Tirmidhi and of so many great ai*imma returning. The false idol was crushed. Pharaoh had his comeuppance, which at that time would have seemed inconceivable. Who would have thought that this evil empire could come to an end? But evil empires always come to an end. وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. You are the uppermost if you have Iman. And so it is with the current misfortunes and the dramas and the tragedies and the massacres and the genocides that we see today in our world. And that because we are Muslims and are concerned for our fellow Muslims and do not like to see the victory of Pharaoh and Haman and Nimrod and Abu Jahl, we see that and our hearts are stabbed to see the injustice, the arrogance of the rich and powerful, and the vulnerability of those who only wish to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, clutching their helpless children to themselves as the bombs whistle down around them, and as the other Pharaohs of the world glare on, hoping that this embarrassing spectacle will soon be at an end. There is now not one Pharaoh, but so many. And yet those people, as they today, in so many places, Gaza is one of them, have in their hearts still this word Allahu Akbar. This is what they hear in the Eid. They know that He is above, beyond, and the source and the ground of everything, and that everything that exists will lead to the consummation of His plan, and to the destruction and humiliation of the unjust and the occupier and the oppressor, who one day will be carried away by some great furnace-like wind from a direction he never anticipated, because this always happens, and it always happens. Pride comes before a fall. And we have that confidence that once again people will be in their homes, in justice, in prosperity, as the oppressors crawl away into the dust.